I'm here, Suckum23, joining me for My First Two Loves, Chapter 56, Inside Man. My heart pounded against my chest as I took a walk with Elijah. What kind of favor did he want from me? My thoughts flashed back to the time Mac came home with her arm all messed up, and the memory sent chills down my spine. I had to put a stop to this. Look, Elijah, I'm grateful for this morning, but I'm not going to help you commit any crimes. You're trying to rope me into something illegal, aren't you? I won't let you talk me into being your accomplice like you did with Noah. Emma, what are you talking about? Aren't you here to collect for helping us out this morning? Collect? What am I, a mob boss? I don't know, are you? He ain't that intelligent. Emma, I helped you guys because Noah's my kid brother and you're his girl. Around here we take care of our own. So, you're not trying to ask me a favor? Well, yeah, I am, but it's nothing like what you're thinking. Jennings asked me to take over the, Winter Wonderland Committee. He thinks it's a good chance for me to prove I'm responsible or whatever. But this is kind of Noah's thing, and I don't want him to feel like I'm intruding, so you want me to talk to him and see if he's okay with it? Bingo. Heat rushed to my face, and I realized how much I'd overreacted. Not really. And Elijah shot me a knowing smile. Sorry, I guess I got a little carried away. Your reputation kind of precedes you, so I thought, right. And I'm sure Noah has spared no detail when it comes to how much he hates me these days. But talk to him for me, yeah? He listens to you. I think Noah won't do anything he doesn't want to. For better or worse, your brother is his own person. He makes his own rules. Something tells me that you're definitely for better in your book. Look, if I could do it, I would, but I can't, Emma, so I'm counting on you. And don't let me down, okay? I'm not gonna give any high praise of you. When we returned to the grounds, he gave my arm a squeeze and took off to help prep, leaving me cursing myself for ever getting mixed up in their brotherly drama. How do I let Elijah talk me into this stuff? I used to ask myself the same question. I jolted in surprise, and when I looked up, I spotted Noah leaning against a nearby tent beam. He glanced at my face and casually let his eyes wander down to my toes and back again. My skin warmed under the intensity of his gaze. New look. After the day I had, I thought a little self-care was necessary. It looks damn good on you. His eyes met mine, and for a moment everything came to a standstill. It had only been a few hours since I'd fallen asleep next to him. It was intimate in a way I hadn't expected. Noah cleared his throat. You and my brother seem pretty buddy-buddy lately. What gives? There was something in his voice, easily mistaken for annoyance with Elijah, but I heard it loud and clear for what it really was. Jealousy. I bent over my workstation to hide a smile, and it was in that moment that I decided to tease him. Elijah didn't tell you, we're madly in love. What? We're running away together to elope and live in a house in the countryside. He'll be a humble farmer, and I'll be his wife, and we'll have countless children to help tend the land. God, you're gullible, Noah. Come on, man. Have you lost your mind? Sure, it'll be hard work, but anything's worth having is worth fighting for. Noah gaped at me in shock, and I held a straight face for as long as I could. You're not actually believing this, are you? Emma, get out of here! I shrieked as he threw a handful of snow at me, all the tension in his face gone. Now, seriously, what's going on? Principal Jennings chose him to replace Lauren as the student head of Winter Wonderland. And he said yes. Why? To be closer to his brother, to prove he's not a bad guy, who knows? I know he's up to something. Okay, listen, Noah. Anybody within a grain of salt that has intelligence above IQ of 20 knows he's up to something, but shh. You positive? Maybe it's time to give your brother a second chance. That's just it, Emma. He's had chance after chance, and he's wasted every last one of them. He came through for us earlier, so I don't really have a leg to stand on, but you should know, I trust him about as far as I can throw him. I gotta get out of here. He pushed off the beam and stalked off, and without a second thought, I chased after him. No, wait. Elijah caught my eye just as I turned the corner, but he watched us go without a word. That's because he thinks you're gonna go convince Noah to be, like, the good brother and accept his brother. By the time I'd caught up to Noah, he had thrown a leg over his bike and plunged the key into the ignition. Let's run away together somewhere, just for today. Away from Elijah, his games, away from principals that care more about saving their own ass than their students. He ran a calloused hand down my face, slipping his fingers around my jaw to cut my cheek. Somewhere, it can just be you and me. I mean, why not? Hop on. I know the perfect place. I eased my leg over the back of the bike and slid forward until my chest was flush with his back before squeezing him between my thighs, and then we were off. We rode until dark, rocketing through the stretches of land long after the sun gave way to the moon and the stars. Dad had drilled into me how unsafe motorcycles were, but finally I understood the appeal. Riding one made me feel free, dangerous, alive. Kind of like the man driving it. How does it feel to be on a joyride? Like I'm invincible! The rumble of the bike echoed through the plains, and I couldn't help but wonder what my voice would sound like if I joined in. Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah! My voice soared through the giant empty space before bouncing back to me, sounding far away. Foreign. Distant. I could feel Noah's chest rising and falling beneath my hands, and when he glanced over his shoulders, his face was nothing but pure joy. Are you laughing at me? Take it easy, I just like it when you're happy. I'd be happy if you did it too. Not a chance. Oh, come on, please, it's just us. For a moment, we drove along with nothing but the sound of the bike in our ears. But as we soared through the mountain pass, Noah took a deep breath and threw his head back and yelled, "Yeah!" That's all I'm giving you, because I don't have a compressor, and I would blow your eardrums out. We screamed anything we could think of, letting our voices echo through the void until we erupted in the laughter. It was the most carefree I'd ever seen him, and I let myself imagine a life where we were always this happy, this unguarded, this together. Noah pulled to a stop on a dirt road. The smell of the wildflowers in the fields mingled in the air as the bike growled beneath us. This is where you come to get away? I'm lucky to get a minute alone in my own house. Little sisters have that effect. This is actually my dad's hideout. He'd bring me out here all the time. Noah pushed the side stand down and slid off the bike before scanning the area with a distant look in his eyes. Hazel was just a baby, Elijah's always had a motor mouth, and I was the only one who could stand to be in the quiet. So when Dad needed a little peace, he'd load me up in the car and we'd go. Never understood why he wouldn't just come alone. Maybe you could ask him. Do you have any idea where he might be? Your guess is as good as mine, and honestly, good riddance. The man was mean as all hell. I'm sorry. Don't be. Ma always said he liked being a dad in theory, but 3 kids turned out to be more than he bargained for, which would explain why he was so angry all the time. This is the only place I can remember him screaming and yelling. He'd come out here and just be. strolled over and rested his hand on the motorcycle as she purred gently. This is actually where I first learned to ride Dorothy. I was thinking I could give you a lesson too if you wanted. Bring it on. With a grin, Noah swung his leg over the seat behind me and placed my hands on the controls. His arms pinned me there, and his hand lingered on mine as the bike started to slow roll forward. Whoa, I thought you were going to teach me first. This is literally how you teach someone to ride it's kind of like a bicycle. You just put them on it and go, whee! Trial and error is the only way to learn. Your left hand's on the clutch, your right's on the throttle. Don't squeeze the right lever too hard or you slam on the brakes. Hit the brake, twist the throttle. Now, put us into first gear, and we sped down the dirt road as I tried to keep the information straight in my head. He said don't hit the brake, so I guess I should give it some gas. I flicked my wrist and sent the bike surging forward, losing control of the steering in the process. Letting us both skidding straight into the field of flowers. Noah wrapped his arms around me to break my fall. We rolled away from the bike, laughing. So maybe we could have done a little more instruction first. You think? We laughed and gave each other a once-over for any serious injuries. Then we both came back clear. I laid back in the field, staring up at the sky. What made you want to learn how to ride that crazy thing anyway? Dear old Dad. Matthew Harris was a lot of things, but when he was riding, he was a king among kings. For men. I love this bike, and in a rare act of kindness, he set Dorothy aside for me when he left. Wanted to leave one good memory, I guess. You actually have two. He took you out here to this field. Noah turned his gaze back to the scenery, and I could tell something was eating away at him. Why do I feel like there's more to this story? Because anyone who's met Elijah knows he can't stand not to be the center of attention. Especially when it came to Dad. He was jealous Dad chose me, so he stole Dorothy, went on a weekend-long bender, and left pieces of her scattered all over the state. It took me months to get her back in working order. But if Winter Wonderland's just the latest thing he can't let me have... There's no way to know that for sure. But no matter what happens, you will always have me. I can see why you have mixed feelings about your brother. You loved your dad, but he was only good to you when he wanted to be, and you're worried history will repeat itself with Elijah. But you don't have to carry those burdens alone. You can tell me anything. And trust me when I say I know. There isn't anyone else I can talk to like this. My fingers found the nape of his neck, and I pulled him towards me. Like magnets, we were drawn to each other. His lips crashed into mine, and in a moment, he was on top of me. My legs snaking around his waist. We were having a deep moment and getting to learn the guy. Nope, time for Bounce Chicka Wow Wow. Emma. The sound of my name, his low, gravelly voice, sent my heart into overdrive. I ground my hips against his slowly. With a groan, he kissed across my jawline until he reached the sensitive skin of my neck. I let out a low moan as kissing became biting and sucking. We were dangerously close to crossing a line, and we both sensed it. He started to pull away, chest heaving and skin hot to the touch, but I held on to him a second longer. We better get back if we want to stand a chance in making your curfew. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to explaining to my dad where I was last night. Oh god, that's even worse. It's been 2 days you haven't come home. Wait, how have you not got a phone call yet? Why have you not checked your phone? Oh my god. He stood up and extended his hand to me, and as we started on the trip back home, I thought about just how close we were getting. For the longest time, I'd only imagined Mason filling that role, but bit by bit, Noah was becoming someone I could see a real future with. And Ava. When I walked in the photography club the next day, completely ignoring your dad yelling at you, grounding you for life when you get home, you know, Mackenzie, Scooter, and Lucy were huddled heads together. I don't know about you guys. Don't wimp out now. We've done way worse. And this is gonna make some serious waves. Clearly, they were up to something, and I marched up behind Mac and threw my hands on my hips. Mackenzie Price, this better not be another tagging thing. No, it's not like that. Sit down, cheerleader. We're making protest signs. For what? What's going on? Didn't you hear? The auction is a last-ditch effort at funding the school's art programs. If we don't raise enough money at Winter Wonderland, there is no photography club next year. Oh. Might be one of the reasons the teacher is pushing you so hard. So without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below, links to social media, Discord, if you'd like to support me and my content. Which, speaking of content, consider checking it out. So I just wanted to leave a quick note here about, Noah. One, I really like him. He has a sense of me. But also, just, I don't know, I like that moment. Going out to the field and doing that, that's something that I occasionally have to do. You just have to. So for me, it's a little bit different. So when I go out there in like a park or a field or, a nature trail or bike trail and things like that, one, you clear your head out, man. You clear all the gunk out. You clear it all out. It cleans your system. It releases things in your brain. Like, you get to think clear. It's just fantastic. And I suggest to any one of you that is having difficulties, whether it be through, sadness or other issues in your life, ranging from just that small 3-letter word that can grow into a lot bigger problems that basically I can't say because of YouTube's algorithm. Long story short, get out there and get some nature. Get away from phones, get away from technology, get away from social media, get away from it all. Go out there and enjoy nature. It is scientifically proven that by going out there and being with nature, it actually improves your health. It will prolong your health. It will do all these things. And we are always so cooped up inside with technology and shit. Now, let me tell you this. When I was out there and I was doing, they call them centuries in bicycling terms, but I was doing 100-mile bike rides every week on a Tuesday. It was the most freeing and invigorating feeling in the world. You'd come back tired as hell, but it was the most freeing experience in the world. Do that. Get out there and just be with nature. It doesn't matter if it's fall. It doesn't matter if it's chilly. Just get out there and be with it, especially if you're going through some difficult times. Just do it. And I think that's one of the reasons why Noah's dad did that, is because some of us just, again, like he said, 3 kids were more than he bargained for, and he just needed to get away from it all, and I don't blame him. I do not blame him. Like, I deal with 2 special needs kids. They're my brothers. I raise. I've done everything for. And long story short, they are extremely overwhelming. 3 normal kids is, already overwhelming. But 2 special needs kids is extremely overwhelming. And sometimes you just got to get away from it all, But yeah, once again, thanks for watching. Catch you all later. Peace.